guys, Work here. Welcome back to the bench. So tonight we're going to cover something that came up in the comments a couple of videos ago. And that something is weapon lights and momentary versus constant on. Now in the comments, somebody had made the statement that you don't want a constant on a weapon light, and then told me to, and I quote, go get some training. And I'm just going to throw this out there. If at any point you have a trainer that tells you you absolutely do not want a constant on a weapons light, fire him. Tell him you want your money back. Because that is absolutely absurd. Think about the multitude of things that we're doing with weapons lights. Not only do you have the opportunity to search and clear a house with them, but not every confrontation you come up against is going to be bang bang run away. You need the ability to turn on your light in a constant mode with one hand. Now the specific reason this got brought up is because of the Surefire XC1 and its activation style with the two paddles in the back that are only momentary ons. To get a constant on, you have to reach all the way up here and hit this button here. And I hate that activation style. And here's why I hate that and why you need a constant on. First of all, why I hate it. Who knows what you're going to be doing with your other hand? When you've got your weapon out there, are you always going to be holding your firearm exactly like this, able to push that button for that constant on? And what happens when you need to turn that constant on off? Do you really want to reach all the way up here with the trigger finger, breaking your grip? Do you want to reach all the way around? No, there's no good way to turn it off. There's no good way to turn it on. Unlike a lot of the other brands, where it's a single finger pressing a paddle or pushing down a switch. So in the case of my firearm, if at any point I can't use my left hand or my right hand, I can still activate and constant on my weapons light, in addition to momentary on. Okay, so we've covered why I don't like the controls of the XC1 and why I do like the controls of the other weapons lights like the Stream lights or my APLC here. Now let's cover why it's mandatory for you to have the option for a constant on. So if you're using your weapons light, odds are that it's pretty damn dark. So say you're clearing your house. You've got your momentary on pressed, which on the Enforce APLC, if you press this paddle for over a second, it's going to go to momentary on, which means if I let go of that paddle, my light turns off. So you've got your momentary on. You're searching the house, and all of a sudden, you find a baddie. Stop! Freeze, you say. And he does. So here's conundrum number one. He's here, you're here. You have your gun on you, focused on him, and you need to call the police. So I get out my phone, boop, 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 911. Hello, my finger's getting tired. I need to hold him in light. Because if I don't, if I let my finger off, then I go back into darkness, and I no longer have as much of the upper hand, and I want as much of an upper hand as I can hold on him. So with a constant on light, what can I do? Give it a single tap, and he is now flooded in light. I can disorient him by aiming it at his face, I can use it to check the area, and my trigger finger is no longer pressing that button getting tired, I can't accidentally let go of the switch, and if he moves, I can fire. Because what happens the instant you pull your trigger finger off of the paddle to pull the trigger? Oh, you've just lost your light. So what happens when you lose your light? Oh, don't worry about it, they say. I have night sights. Oh, really? Do ya? That's fantastic. How bright are those night sights you've got on there? What? They're tritium vials, you say? Well, you've just been bathing this guy in a minimum of 200 lumens of light. So when that light goes off, and your eyes are now adjusted to 200 lumens of light on this guy, just how well are you going to be able to see those tiny little tritium vials in your sights? Huh? Let's do this a little bit more accurately. So here's our sight picture. We can see our baddie and we can see our tritium lit up. Now let's turn on our light. Oh hey, look at that. Now we bathed him in 200 lumens and look what disappeared. Tritium vials, you say? Yep, those. Oh, but don't worry, they'll come back, right? Well yeah, eventually they'll come back. But once you turn that light off and your eyes adjust. Now how long did it take for those vials to become visible again? Is that really a 3-second interval that you want to have in a life or death situation when this guy, whose objectives you don't know, is directly across the room from you, you're holding him at gunpoint, and hey, now you're blind. Why? Because the company that makes your light didn't think that you should be able to turn a constant on, or not be able to turn it on with one hand while you're on the phone with the police. If you don't want to use a constant on, that's one thing. I'm perfectly fine with that. But the ideology that you shouldn't have a constant on option on a weapons light is not only stupid, it's dangerous. And on that note, I'm ending it for this time, guys. A lot of the times, I let the stuff in the comments just kind of go because I've not had training. I'm just a guy that likes guns and takes self-defense and defending his family seriously. But I'm not going to sit by and let dangerous things like that be spread about my comments without confronting them. So if you ever hear anybody tell you you shouldn't have a constant on a weapons-mounted light, don't listen to them. Should a constant on be the only option? No. But in my opinion, every weapon-mounted light should have the option for a constant on that is able to be activated with one hand. That's it for this time, guys. Remember, if you liked the video or found it useful, go ahead and like and subscribe down below. Go ahead and write in the comments what you think about these weapon lights, and if you see this being as dangerous of a topic as I do. Remember, guys, I appreciate you, and that's why I throw this stuff out here, and I want to remind you guys that until next time, do your research, get informed, get to work.